So I've got Dan Grant, who's the director at FatRank and Promo SEO. And today's video is about Facebook ads lead generation and whether Dan thinks that using Facebook ads for generating leads is a good strategy for UK companies or not.
Yeah. I definitely think Facebook ads can be a really good strategy and are for a lot of companies. I think for companies that understand what they're doing in terms of, the text they're adding to their Facebook, the scripts they're adding to their Facebook advertising, and also understanding it from a demographics perspective, understanding who to actually put the adverts out to, making sure you're getting that kind of side of things correct. If you're clued up on that and you're experienced in that, or you're maybe outsourcing it to a company, then it can work really, really well. For something that you're trying to do yourself, it can obviously become a cost, and that money can kind of get thrown away if you don't get those, things correct. So it really depends on, how good you are at Facebook advertising. If you're a Facebook advertising, a company and you're actually specializing in that, then absolutely. If you're a company that wants to get into it and put a lot of money behind it, I'd probably recommend looking at different avenues that are probably, more consistently earning you money and less risky, really, because there is definitely a risk financially to doing that, and a lot of things that you can do, to actually make sure that it goes wrong really with Facebook ads. So that would probably be my look at that. How about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I think overall, Facebook ads is a great platform especially for certain things like retargeting. So you can put like a Facebook pixel on your website, and then what you can do then is anyone who's visited your website, you can then start running ads to try and get them back on if they haven't converted. So I'm a massive advocate of Facebook ads retargeting pixel being used. And I'm also a big advocate of Facebook ads if it's like interruption marketing. So if someone doesn't yet know that they want to go to a certain log cabin, let's say, or there's a certain dress that might really like going viral, and you can try and show it in front of obviously the female demographic if it's a red dress or whatever it is, or if it's a new suit that people are wearing for stag do's, and you try and present it through to, let's say, the younger male audience and stuff like that, and you know who the demographic is, then they wasn't searching for it anywhere on Google, and you've done the interruption marketing. I think it's a great platform for something like that.
Yeah.
But overall, you need to make certain you're using a decent Facebook ads agency. The issue is that they're not normally very cheap. So you've got to then pay for the ads. You then got to pay for the agency to be setting up the videos, the images, the kind of scripts that they've been doing. And yeah, it can become tiresome. It can become very, very expensive. And if you're doing it for certain things of, let's say, tradesman type services, the conversion's normally a lot less on Facebook ads than it is, let's say, on PPC or on a pay per lead type model. So obviously, explain a little bit about like the VSLs and why the VSLs are important
Yeah.
if you're running, because you've done VSLs before. So explain a little bit on that front of why that's important for Facebook ads.
Yeah, so actually getting your script together correctly for creating an advert that's going to actually, connect with the people you're trying to sell that product or service to is really, really important. And actually kind of, looking into some of maybe where their fears are with, whatever that thing is. So it might be that it's a boiler advert, and you, instead of saying you do need a new boiler, here's where to get a boiler, you actually go down the lines of when was the last time your boiler was serviced? Did you know that if you don't have a boiler service within 2 or 3 years, you can run into all these problems? If you service it, or if you do this, if you look at maybe a repair, that can obviously mitigate all these issues and save you money in the long run. So it's maybe about converting what they were originally looking at and kind of and doing it to benefit them, as opposed to kind of shoving sales down their throat, really, which obviously isn't what anyone wants. So I think that's important. And if you're not able to kind of create that, or if you haven't had the experience to create those VSLs before, it can then become problematic, and it can really affect how much money you're actually able to make from Facebook ads. So there's definitely easier ways to kind of generate leads and generate kind of good quality leads, and also cheaper ways, I think, for most companies that aren't kind of clued up with, actually, sales and online marketing.
Yeah, for sure. Be interesting to hear the viewers' perspective on Facebook ads as lead generation. Let us know in the comments what your thoughts are for Facebook ads specifically for lead gen in the UK. It'd be interesting to see whether you think it's great on return on investment or whether it's expensive. We certainly use it as part of our overall holistic strategy. So like I said, we'll use it for retargeting. We could use it for branding as well. So sometimes being seen on different platforms is good further down the line for conversion. But we've moved towards now more to a pay per performance lead generation strategy. So Dan, let us know what your thoughts are on how obviously we integrate Facebook ads as being one part of the strategy for what we do alongside SEO and PPC and a lot of other kind of platforms. Let us know your kind of thoughts on how Facebook ads lead generation kind of compares against now our pay-per-performance lead generation model.
Yeah, so as you said there, we will use Facebook ads to kind of, like you said, holistically. I mean, certain niches and certain moments, it makes sense for us to use Facebook ads for certain services. But if we were using that as our sole purpose to actually just generate leads, I think we'd be in a much worse position than we would be, from the other, the other ways that we're actually able to bring in those leads. Our pay on conversion model is completely risk free. So obviously with Facebook, you have to not only do that research and actually put in that time and effort into putting the right demographics in and writing the right scripts and all that other stuff, but you could do all of that and spend thousands of pounds and not really see very much money back. Whereas our pay on conversion model, if you're in an industry, for example, in the UK that works nationwide, we're able to generate inquiries for kind of, completely for free. So those inquiries can come through to your company. You don't have to obviously pay for those leads. You don't have to pay until the job's actually converted. And obviously then we determine what that fee would be for that converted work. So essentially it is a completely risk-free model. You're not having to kind of learn anything new like you would with Facebook ads, where a lot of the time people have to do, year, 2-year, 3-year courses to actually really understand how to use it as a tool. And it's literally as simple as, we're in this industry. Are you able to generate as leads? If they fit our model, because obviously we are quite selective with that, then we're able to generate them those leads. And obviously it's completely risk-free then. So they're not even paying any money for the leads that come into them. So obviously, as you know, a lot of our clients love that model and have been using that for many, many years now. And typically to compare them both from a perspective of actually generating leads, obviously one, being completely free of charge and no risk is going to be better than the one that you have to put a lot of time and effort and money and research into. So yeah, for your average business owner, I think it's definitely, a step up from doing Facebook ads personally. But would you agree with that? Or
Yeah, for sure. I think obviously it's taking out the risk element for business owners, because the business owners might be brilliant if they're, let's say, dental care and dentists. They're brilliant at doing the teeth and the implants and stuff like that. They've not been trained on marketing. Obviously, all of our team, we've got different people within the team, whether they're videographers, graphic designers, script writers, website designers, SEOs, link builders, content optimization specialists. We've got a whole marketing team. So how could you expect a business owner to try and run all of that and see what converts the best in their niche? You're asking a lot for someone to be able to do all that. Well, that's what we do day in, day out. We know what converts the best with regards to what color buttons can convert the best. Even like what words go onto a call to action button can make quite a big difference. So I'm interested to hear people's thoughts. Are you, who's watching this video, have you ever been on a pay on conversion type lead generation model or pay on performance type model? It's like a no win, no fee type lead generation. You only pay if you convert jobs and make profit, and you pay us a percentage of those profits. We are very selective with who we work with. We've got to make certain that you're good enough to take our leads and convert them, and you have got a sales team that can offer a great service to the customer. But let us know how you compare that to a Facebook ads lead generation model. Are you using Facebook ads yourself for retargeting, for branding, or for any lead generation services in the UK? Leave us a comment in the description, in the comment section, and we can hopefully have a nice discussion of how it compares against our pay per lead kind of setup.